Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baron and this is your Brain on Books, and today I have another book haul for you. Now, I know, I just did a book haul. I didn't plan on doing one for a while. I didn't plan on buying any more books. I thought, maybe in November I'll do something, but I got 12 more books and I want to go over them. I'm excited. I got some cool stuff here that I want to show off. But before we do that, I do have an announcement from the channel. But first off, I just want to thank everyone for their support and their kindness and, the subscriptions and all the good feedback I've received since I kind of started this channel. I didn't really have any clear expectations, but I think if I were to set any goals or anything, they would have been vastly exceeded. Everyone's just been so kind. So one thing I didn't plan on doing this for a while, is I did start a Discord for the channel. The link is below. Come by, check it out. I already got some folks on there. We got our first buddy read starting November 1st with Clive Barker's and Magica, but there'll be more down the road if you're not interested in that. One thing I love about BookTube, I like making videos, I like watching videos, but more than anything, I just enjoy the community. Like being on Discord and chatting with people and doing all these buddy reads is just so much fun. So I'm really excited to get, the actual channel Discord going. Please come by, just say hey, whatever, links below. But enough babbling about that. Let's get to the books. That's why you're here. Starting with number 1, we have Sorrowland by River Solomon. Now, I don't really know a whole lot about this book, but Sarah Reed's recommended it to me. I think she has a good understanding of kind of my personal reading taste, and she thought this was going to be kind of a good fit. I really trust her judgment. So kind of without question, she said I should pick this up, and I just went ahead and did that. I plan to get to this pretty soon. It's a short read, so that should be neat. And this cover is so cool. I recently was just going to get it on Kindle or something, and I actually saw the cover in person at the bookstore. I was like, oh no, I have to have that. That's a really good looking book. So moving on from there, this is one I'm really excited about, and this is Goblin by Josh Malerman. Now, if you're not familiar with the story behind Goblin, they first put this out with Earthling Publications. It's kind of a limited run. He kind of releases his novels with specialty publishers first, and they were hard to get. And if you go and try to find one of those hardcovers, you're going to pay $300-$400 for one. But they finally got a publisher to put out a trade edition. They kept the same cover artwork, which is incredible. This is like, throwback to old school horror, which I really appreciate rather than your more modern, kind of graphic design layout. And yeah, I'm excited to get to it. I never actually read it. I know it's 6 novellas that kind of are combined in this overarching narrative. Should be a good spooky read. I'm hoping to still fit this in October. I'm running out of time in the month, and I still have a pretty ambitious TBR, but it's not super huge. It looks like a chunky book, but they just have thick pages. I think it's only like 350 pages or something, so that should be cool. Excited about that. Now, going on from there, now this book I kind of got a hard time about, which is Toll of the Hounds. This is another Malazan trade edition hardcover added to the collection. I have 5 of 10, so I'm halfway through the set. And people are giving me a hard time on Discord about it because I haven't even read Malazan yet. And these books aren't really cheap and they're hard to find, so it's kind of ridiculous I'm buying them anyway. But I got the first one as a gift, and I kind of just went down the rabbit hole. And they're so hard to find in good shape for a reasonable price that I kind of just got obsessed with looking, to where I just want to put the collection together, whether I like the series or not. Some would probably think that's stupid, but it's been fun for me. I got 5 of 10, and I've been doing this for over a year now. I've been seeking them out. So plan on getting going. I am doing a Malazan read along next year, starting in January. We're kicking it off with Gardens of the Moon. But yeah, slowly building the collection. It's going to be a while till I finish it, though. These suckers are no joke to find for a good deal. Speaking of good deals, this one's pretty cool. I got a first printing of Misery by Stephen King. Now, there's this little used bookshop between my house and my daughter's school, and I walk to go pick her up most days. And I hardly ever go in there because they don't really have a whole lot. It's mostly just like contemporary kind of paperbacks that are all beat up, and it's nothing really too cool. But just on a whim, I stopped in and I found this. I was just so happy. Like, it's just perfect shape. It was super cheap. Any reasonably priced Stephen King first edition I am gonna buy. But I've been wanting a copy of Misery. I like this. I just did a video on it recently, and the cool thing that Viking did between 86 and 87 is they kept the formatting for the books the same. With this like gray Stephen King and the red writing, all black. They like this and it look really cool together. I wish they did that on more of them. Some complaint I have with Stephen King's book is like kind of the marketing appeal is like all over the road. Now I do realize that he's been writing for so many decades, and like the publishers had to, keep with the current trends and kind of evolve, through his career. But I just wish there was kind of more continuity to how some of his books look. All right, going on from there, sticking with the horror theme, I got House of Leaves by a name that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Now, this book has always piqued my interest. I'm a little intimidated by it, honestly. Just like thumbing through this book, it's wacky. But I hear how scary this is, and I am a big horror fan, so naturally I have to get through it at some point. I thought maybe I'd do it this year for Halloween season. I was definitely overambitious with my TBR. I don't think that's going to happen, but nonetheless, I'm excited to finally have a copy of this, and maybe it'll be on spooky season TBR next year. We'll see. Okay, going on from there. So on my bookshelf tour, I showed the 2 Larry McMurtry novels I had in the Lonesome Dove Quartet, which was Lonesome Dove and Streets of Laredo. And I actually found the other 2 books in the series. So I got Comanche Moon and Dead Man's Walk. So I completed the set. These were in great shape, both first printings. I found it at a used bookstore for a couple bucks each. So yeah, finally completed it. So there's probably not a ton of Western fans tuning in here, but I'm excited about those. So now, moving on to science fiction. So we have Remembrance of Earth's Past trilogy. So I ordered Three Body Problem. It's not here yet, but ahead of schedule, I got The Dark Forest and Death's End. This is a sci-fi trilogy that's been on my radar for quite a long time. And I have Three Body Problem on Kindle, which I'm probably just going to start reading that shortly. But I found those 2 hardcovers at a used bookshop for, I think they were like $5 each. And they're perfect shape. They're all wrapped up in Mylar and everything. It was a no-brainer. So I just went ahead and ordered the hardcover of Three Body Problem, which was pretty affordable too. I think it was like $10 I paid for it, something like that. Nothing too crazy. Okay, last and certainly not least, we're sticking with the sci-fi theme. Yeah, let's see if I can hold this up. For all you Star Wars fans out there, I got the Thrawn Trilogy in hardcover. The original first edition hardcovers of these things. Now, if you're not familiar with the Star Wars EU or Legends or any of the book series, I think it's kind of universally accepted among the fandom that the Thrawn Trilogy is kind of the greatest work as far as all the books go. So I wasn't searching for these. There was this bookshop in Orange County, and they had a Star Wars collector come by, and he dropped off this huge just mountain of hardcovers for the whole EU. And I just immediately picked up Thrawn. There was a lot of other cool ones, but I'm not a huge Star Wars collector. But I couldn't at least, I couldn't not buy Thrawn, right? And they're perfect shape too. So anyway, that's what I got for this month, or I should say this week, since I already did a book haul, 3 weeks ago. I got problems. So if you made it to the end, thanks for hanging out with me and getting a look at my new treasures. And go check out our Discord. If you can jump on some of these read-alongs we have happening soon, that would be sweet. The more the merrier. And until next time, see ya.